All right, today we're going to talk about something a little different, a quiet, kind of personal moment that honestly probably happens billions of times a day. We're talking about that moment we get completely lost in the scroll.
Have you ever thought about how the really big changes in our lives, they don't always show up with some huge dramatic announcement?
What if, instead, they happen quietly, right there in the palm of your hand, with just a simple, almost thoughtless flick of your thumb?
Because that's how it always starts, right? So innocently. You've got a couple of minutes to kill, you pop open an app, and you watch just one thing. But then, of course, one video turns into two, and two somehow becomes 20. That feed, it's like a river, and you're just floating along. You barely even notice time passing, or just the sheer amount of stuff flashing right in front of your eyes.
So, what is actually going on inside our heads when we're doing this? Because it's so much more than just killing time. With every single swipe, we're literally rewiring our brain's reward system.
See, every time you see a funny clip or some surprising news, your brain gets this tiny little chemical treat called dopamine. It's a little, hey, that was good signal. But here's the trick. It's unpredictable. Not every video is going to be a winner, but the next one just might be. That's a variable reward. And it's the exact same principle that makes slot machines so addictive.
And what you end up with is this incredibly simple but oh so powerful loop. You swipe, you get a potential reward, and that possibility makes you want to swipe again and again and again, hunting for that next little hit. It is a perfectly designed cycle, a slot machine right in your pocket, and it's built for one thing, to keep you pulling the lever.
But all of this comes with a hidden cost. All that constant stimulation, it's not free. Over time, it creates this kind of mental haze, almost like a fog that settles over how we think.
And the first thing to go, your ability to just focus, to concentrate on one thing. Your brain's been trained for new, so it gets bored so easily. And then, something else weird happens. Quiet moments, they start to feel uncomfortable, almost wrong. Your brain actually starts to crave the noise, the input, the constant distraction it's gotten used to.
And eventually, even just the act of deep thinking, it can feel like such a chore. It's just exhausting to try and push through that fog to have a clear, original thought.
And this creates a huge divide, doesn't it? The digital world we're scrolling through is all about being fast, loud, and literally endless. But the real world, where we do deep work and have meaningful connections, that world often requires us to be slow, to be quiet. This all leads to this bizarre modern paradox. You feel completely wiped out, just exhausted, but you haven't actually done anything. You haven't moved. It's pure mental exhaustion from 1,000 tiny decisions and 1,000,000 little flashes of light. But then, something happens, and it's almost never on purpose. Your phone dies, the Wi-Fi goes out, the scroll is suddenly, forcibly stopped. And for just a moment, there's nothing. Just this sudden, kind of unnerving silence where all that digital noise used to be. But what happens in that quiet is what's so fascinating. In that emptiness, once that first jolt of discomfort passes, something starts to shift. A slow journey back begins. It's a really subtle feeling at first, just a little bit of space opening up in your mind that had been jam-packed with content. And then you start to hear your own inner voice again. Not just the echoes of whatever you last watched. Your own ideas start bubbling up.
Your focus starts to snap back. You start noticing the world around you again, the details in the room, the sound of the wind. You can actually hold on to a single thought for more than a few seconds. And ultimately, what comes back is you. The version of you that isn't just reacting to things, but is actually present and thinking and just existing in the moment.
And this really is the whole point. The algorithm will always have another video ready for you. That feed is infinite by design. It doesn't have an off switch. You have to be the off switch. So that really just leaves us with one final big question to chew on. When you pick up that phone and your thumb starts to move, who is actually in control of your attention? Is it you or is it the feed?